right, welcome to episode 4.5. We just recorded an episode. We're on another episode because my boy Joe decided to show up mid-episode, and finally decided to get him on the episode. So, hey man, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, straight off the bat with the questions. I don't even know how to answer this without being formal or informal. Being my new transition. Just got out the Army. So, I guess I'll start.
Well, let's take it back. Where are you from?
East Coast, man. When I say East Coast, we're in the West Coast now. So East Coast just mean coast. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, though.
So I'm guessing that you probably pissed off that J. Cole backed out of that battle.
Not at all.
I think he did the right thing?
I feel like J. Cole is his own person. When it comes to the mindset of different people on different levels, you just got to try to understand it from their perspective. Him not stepping into the beef to cause more conflict and to diminish like the brotherhood of rap game or whatever, I feel like, hey, he did what he had to do, and it's not going to stop him from getting his money at the end of the day, and I can respect him for that.
Okay. So, growing up, did you grow up in a two-parent household?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I will say I've had both parents in my life, whether they was both in my life at the same point in time versus different times in my life. I'm grateful and blessed to have them together, not together, and then separate, equally yoked parents. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And what is your actual nationality?
I'm black. I got asked that the other day. I'm like, what do you mix with? I'm like, I'm black, mixed with more black. 100% nigga, you know? So for the most part, yes, I'm not Islander, Jamaican. I do have a high love for the Jamaican culture. For the most part, yeah, I'm black.
All right. So because we're doing
African American,
we're doing a quick episode. It was not planned.
Not
so
at
this is gonna be kind of random. When it comes to women, what's your ideal woman? Are you single right now?
I'm currently single.
Okay. What's your ideal woman?
To answer that question, that's funny. The ideal woman, I don't know, I find women to be beautiful in all aspects, right? I feel like every woman is beautiful with her own different personality. So I wouldn't say I have a specific type. As far as look-wise, I have a ideal type to be proportionate, whether you got a lot of ass, a lot of titties, whatever. As long as it's proportional, I don't care if you're like in a bigger package or a smaller package.
Okay.
It's something about you. If I like the personality or the characteristics about you, I don't discriminate. I don't just talk to black chicks or just talk to white chicks. I do hold my African queens to a higher level, but at the same time, I'm open to getting to know women in general. I feel like everybody has different aspects.
Not to cut you off. Let's backtrack a little bit. Because you referred to African queens.
Yes.
So in an earlier podcast, I talked about how I think it's controversial how women refer to themselves as queens, but then they talk to multiple guys or sleep with multiple guys. Because if you think about like the structure of like king, queens, and stuff like that, the queen only has one man, right? So how can you be a queen if you have multiple men, right? So why do you refer to them as queens?
So with that in mind, it's a good show on BET. I'm not here to sponsor anything like that, but all the queens, man, I think we spoke about this last time. He asked why did I watch Magic Mike? I'm like, it's like me watching All the Queens Men. It's a show based off a female in a dominant position, but she has a shit ton of male strippers. All the Queen's Men. She is a queen. The way Eva carried herself in that show is like, she carries herself at this level. I don't think her giving herself the title queen is not necessarily depending on who she sleep with, but the mindset that she have for herself. If I say I'm a king, I'm a king. Like, right? If she say she a queen, then she a queen. I can't project on what you feel about yourself. Like, hey, it's just whether it's self-label or a given label. I think, hey, you just accept and run with it. Don't let it stop you from doing what you do.
Okay.
You can be a queen at any level, whether you fuck this many guys or that many guys. That doesn't equate to queen stature. I think that's a mindset thing versus a physical thing.
All right. So to dive in, let's just dive into who Joe is, right?
Yeah.
So growing up, what was life like for you?
Growing up, so I am a nerd by trade. If you would ask anybody that knew me growing up, from preschool to maybe 10th, 11th grade, all honors, like A on a roll, B on a roll, like presidential awards here and there. I've always been a bookworm. I was the guy that, hey, if it's something that you get done, I need to get an A in this class, I'm going to get the A in this class, whatever, I'm like grinding. I didn't have the opportunity to be like the athletic type of person. You may not see that from looking at me now. This is all consistency throughout adult life, right?
Super huge.
What's that?
Super huge.
Super huge. I wouldn't say that, but I'm getting healthy a little bit, you know? But at the same time, I wouldn't say sheltered, but my dad put in my head that, hey, look, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, take care of your family, right? But as that went along, it was like, well, I went to school, I got the good grades, but I think me, my family being in the financial status that we're in, when I got presented opportunities to do some shit that I was supposed to do and I wasn't able to afford it. Like one of my things I say I joined the Army for, I told my dad I got recognized at some different level where, hey, you got recognized, we want to send you to Germany. I was like, look, Dad, I'm about to go to Germany. You told me to get good grades, this and that. So I did that. And when the opportunity came, it was like $1,000 or $4,000 to send me on this abroad trip. And I couldn't go. I'm like, dude, you told me to do all this work. I did the work and now I can't see that. So that just took my mindset to a whole nother level. I still got good grades. But yeah, I wasn't. And then also at the age of 15, 16, I have the question was broad, but at the same time, you have to get to know a long list.
No, you're good.
I feel like I can backtrack a long ways. Growing up,
go ahead.
Answer the question again so I can kind of dumb that down or like lessen my link.
Growing up,
yeah.
How was it growing up? How was you as a teenager? Something like that.
Teenager, I had a lot of responsibility at a young age. My sister had my niece when she was 16, I was 9. So playing the Pee-wee sports and all that stuff, look, it was go to school, get good grades, come home and watch your niece. Not only watch your niece, but watch her as your sister, whatever. Back in the days, shit, your mama had to work, your daddy had to work. You better close the fucking door, don't let nobody in until I fucking get home. Or you gonna get your ass whooped. Hey, have a chicken, throw it out, whatever, sit your ass down, whatever.
It's crazy.
This is what we cooking, the little notes and all that shit, I lived that. Back in the 90s was a whole different level. So I don't care if you was 15 and below, you got 3 older siblings, you're home with them. So at 9, when my mom actually kicked my sister out because she's like, you want to be fast and grown, that's not going to be tolerated in this house. So you go about, do what you're going to do. But my granddaughter's going to stay here. So ultimately, that responsibility fell on me. So I was an uncle / baby brother. I got 3 older sisters, so I'm the youngest boy, but also now I have this responsibility of watching my niece. So that kind of transitioned to me not being able to play sports and not being able to do the typical teenager shit for a young boy. And I had 3 older sisters, so playing video games and stuff, I played one-player games my whole life. I don't care about the NBA, the NFL, because look, I don't got nobody to play that with.
Yeah.
So I'm playing Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, like story mode games to where, hey, I can beat the game myself, and that's all.
So you were the only child? Oh no, you have a sister.
I got 3 older sisters. I'm the only boy. So
let me ask you this. So as being the only boy with 3 older sisters, how did that affect you, like growing up, like mentally and everything?
I feel like that's a blessing and a curse. It could have went either way, and I'm glad it went the latter of the route. So growing up with 3 sisters, it was, and I used to have long hair, right? And I got this baby face, and I got my eyelashes look like this. Whatever.
That's a baby face? Listen here, man. This is. Oh, I'm about to say.
I got my beard
I'm about to
now,
say, hold on.
but
man.
look, you said growing up.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
When I was younger, no facial hair, long hair, and I had 3 older sisters. They just thought, hey, they came around their younger sister. That kind of worked in my favor because I know I'm fully male, and the girls, I always got female attention no matter where I went. So if I had a female friend, I remember one incident that was like, oh yeah, they can go play together this snap. It's like, that ain't a daughter, that ain't your daughter, that's your son. I'm like, hold up, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because he thought, I was just another little girl.
It's odd that, let me cut you off, but it's odd that we never crossed paths growing up.
How so?
Because we're kind of close in age, and you grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I grew up in Harnett County, which is literally like the bordering county, right? But I hung out a lot, or not hung out, but I spent a lot of time in Fayetteville.
I'll tell you this though, I didn't grow up in Fayetteville. I moved to Fayettille, and that's where I claim as home.
Okay.
Respectfully to both Maxton and Fayetteville, I call both of them home. But if I say, like, speaking to anybody outside of Fayetteville that don't know Maxton is like a one-way town. Like, it had one stoplight, you're in, you're out in 15 minutes or less. Like, but the small community there was country life, and that's what it was. But Fayetteville, I call Fayetteville home from like the age or 10th grade through whatever current. So.
Okay. All right. So you were in the military, right?
Yeah.
All right. So how did you like being in the military?
The military was life-changing. Again, when I told you about me having the chance to go to Germany, and then I think the Army just provided that. I said, look, again, I went to school, got good grades, but when it came down to like applying to college, I didn't have that stable foundation to say, hey, apply to this college and do this and do that. So the military, being in Fayetteville, was like second nature. Like, okay, this is going to provide me the opportunity to get out of Fayettille. Let me take this route. They're going to pay for school. I go around the world, whatever, right? So I feel like everybody should at least do one contract to get out of the small town that you're from, see the world with a different perspective, get out and enjoy life. And I think that's what the Army has provided for me. I'm a 6'8" X-ray, which is behavioral health in the Army. Did that for 12 years, and I feel like that. With me having the past that I had and the 3 sisters and the mom and dad and like different relationships I had with them, I think that allowed me to kind of really hone in on like the behavioral health aspect of being in the Army. So I kind of took that and ran with it, and it got me that trip to Germany, and I can just say it was just forthcoming. I always see myself going to Germany, and the Army somehow provided that. I think I kind of like manifested that into it.
Maybe you don't want to talk about this, but you spoke about being in the military.
Yeah.
You spoke about going to Germany. So there was a situation that happened in Germany, if you recall. So let's dive into that. How did that situation in Germany affect you mentally? What happened? First of all, talk about what happened in Germany. You don't have to go into super detail, but what happened in Germany, and how did that affect you mentally as a man?
Mentally, I think it made me stronger overall. So the situation you talk about on the podcast, I could air it out. It's like airing dirty laundry. It's not really a secret, but I don't really tell everybody this. But at the same time, I think if I do tell people, it can like help them overcome whatever they went through. So the situation happened. Boom. I'm like hard driving NCO leader in the Army, right? I'm doing top level shit, getting rated top level. Out of all the stuff that I do in the Army, people respected me at this level, and I'm making like some headway. So I got presented with the opportunity to go to ACL, which is the Advanced Leadership course or whatnot, to get promoted to the next level. When I was afforded this opportunity, the Army teach you skills like how to be safe, how to do things properly, right? Which is conduct a plan. Like if you're going out to drink, get a battle buddy, as they say, right? Make a plan to make sure you make it home.
For those
safe.
who don't understand, what's a battle buddy?
Battle buddy is basically a person that you rely on, depend on to help you through your journey or through your time in the Army. It's like someone's like a brother.
So like so for people who don't understand, like in the military, like they call it like policing you up.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's big brother, big sister type deal, right? Look out for the people that you call family that you got to fight with and do stuff with, right? So, battle buddying, right? Cool. But the situation happened. It was like, look, hey, man, I'm about to go to ALC. I just got back from my time spent in Germany. I spent 3.5 years. I probably spent like 1.5 years actually in Germany. I spent so much time on deployments, different missions because of the person who I was. I was single. No kids, active, ready to dang on, look, what you got for me? And I'm going here, there. So my whole time in the Army or Germany, it was all hard charging. So now I get this opportunity to go to ALC. All right, cool. Hey, bro, like, I'm back in town. Or I'm back in Germany. I'm not on mission. What you guys been up to? What are you guys doing? Okay, you want to go out? Damn, I'm about to start this ALC. This will be my last time going out with you guys before I lock in and focus on upgrading my career in the Army. So, Had a friend. She ended up getting married and staying in K-Town. K-Town was like 30 minutes. That's where the club is at. She stayed in K-Town, but she got a new house. I said, hey, look, I need to come chill at your house. She's like, well, I don't know if I got the furniture or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna sleep on the floor as long as I got somewhere to go, right? So I made a plan. That was my plan A. Take a cab, whatever, get to there. If I get fucked up, go crash at her crib. Cool. That's my plan A. Plan A turned into shit after she said, okay, got you, you can come. Germany, look, the street names, address, and all that shit, she just moved there. I think she fell asleep and didn't see me the address. So now I get to the club, tell my boy this is my last time coming out. So I didn't get too fucked up, but I got fucked up in a sense, right? He's like, look, I got a plan, I got whoop the whoop going on, cool. So as the night progressed, me being me, I parked in a little tunnel that I can have my car safe and secure. I remember like a car full of chicks just pulled up and I'm like, yo, what y'all doing here, whatever, y'all don't look like y'all from around here. I know people from around here. Hey, we trying to go here. All right, let me take you there, let me guide you there. Boom. They get to the club. In the midst of the club, I haven't been this big, but I was still a little buff guy. My shirt never stayed on in the club, so I'm still whatever, right? Chicks get into a fight. Security guards, fucking 6'7" German guy about to fucking choke him out. I said, look, man, I got it. Talk to security. Anywhere I go, I talk to security guard first. Make sure you know I'm good and we're good together. If some shit happens, then look, it wasn't me, but I had to do what I had to do. Yeah. So I'm talking to the security guard. I said, bro, I got her. Cool. Just met these chicks. Let me help y'all get to y'all car. Y'all make it home safe. Y'all don't want to get fucking locked up down here in Germany. It ain't worth it. Get home safe. They leave. They get out of there. They make it home safe. I'll go back to the club. Go check on my homeboy. Hey, man, I left, went to the club or went to the hotel, whatever, woo-de-woo. And I'm like, okay, how the fuck I'm going to get home now? Like, damn, that was my next route home or my next whatever home. Cool. So I'm like, fuck, the shit's only like fucking 10 minutes up the street. I can drive there. Made a dumb decision, but at the same time, made a smart decision. I'm always thinking, even if I'm fucked up or not. So, parking lot is underground, so you have to come up a little swirly, whatever, to get outside. I go up the swirly, the gate is open, I ain't got to pay to get out of here. All right, that's weird. What they got going on? Or I just caught it at a good time. I pull out. Police eyes on the main road, and they got somebody pulled over. I'm like, hell, I ain't fucking. If I get on this road, then I'm getting pulled over. Yeah. I got the fuck out my car, turn the car off, keys in my pocket. I get out the car, I walk, I book it fucking up the street. But I'm black. I'm in Germany. It's like fucking 5, 6 o'clock at night right now. I'm like, hey you, come here.
You actually bring attention to yourself, yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, fuck. So my car is parked, my keys in my pocket. I'm not driving at this point in time. I'm out the car. No interaction with the police to this point till I started walking away. I get about 50 yards away. Hey you. I'm like, she ain't talking to me. What they talking to me? Of course they talking to me. I'm like, fuck. So I look back. Like they about to start chasing me. Like, I ain't even about to damn fucking run away from these motherfuckers. So I walk back. In my head, I'm not driving. What you want? Maybe you get me for a public intoxication, but it's Germany. Everybody fucking publicly intoxicated. So I go back. And they're like, you gotta give us a breathalyzer. Germany, you can't deny a breathalyzer or you can have your license taken. So gave them the breathalyzer. Like 1.013. Like
what's the legal limit there?
Like 0.08. Assumingly. But yeah, I was fucked up. But I wasn't in the car. Yeah. But he noticed, like in Germany, you have license plate that say BIR for bomb holder, right? Or K, whatever for Kaiserslautern, or RAS for Ramstein. Different locations. Like we're in Parkland, Spanaway, Graham, Lakewood. You have G for Graham and P for whatever. They knew I wasn't from around. They're like, hey, this your car? I'm like, yeah. Give him your keys. You're coming with us. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, bro, what you talking about? He was like, give him your keys. You come with us. Nigga, the police station was 2 minutes on the next street. I was like, damn, well, that wasn't far. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, I'm questioning them. They speaking in German. I'm like, yo, can y'all talk in fucking English so I know what the fuck going on? What the fuck y'all saying? They about my age, but they like, I wouldn't call it racism, but at the same time, you see a young black dude in your town basically fucking with your chicks, whatever, you're going to try to be more protective over them, right? So the one dude being an asshole. The other dude, I'm like, bro, can you speak in English? I don't know what the fuck is going on. She started talking to him. I said, all right, bet. Took my phone out, recorded. I said, bro, how am I getting charged with a DUI if I wasn't in the car when you apprehended me? I'm like, answer me that question. Was I driving when you called me back? Kept drilling with the question. She's like, no. I said, thank you, exactly. Got what I needed. Cool. In America, that shit will work. Not in Germany. Fuck all that. So, my people came, whatever, and handled the situation. I talked to legal, big dude from Chicago. He was like, bro, what happened? I tell him the situation. I said, man, look, I had fucking video recorded evidence that said I wasn't driving when they gave me this DUI. They made me delete it. He's
So
like, bro,
at this point in time, is the military involved at all? The
military had to come get me. That was like,
and what are they saying?
So I had a lieutenant colonel who was in command, and he was like, look, he's Mormon. He's like, bro, the rules are the rules. Were you behind the wheel or did you attempt to whatever? I don't care what happened, but the rules are the rules, whatever. You're a nice guy, but at the same time, he was about to get out of leadership, and then at the same time, I got your back, but still, the rules are the rules. Mormons, whatever, I respect him, and it was good. So, but they're with me.
So did you, in the end of this, did you end up with like what happened? Did you end up with like a DUI or something?
So they gave me a DUI, and the guy told me I better take the DUI instead of, he's like, you lucky they made you to delete the shit, because in Germany, that's a German criminal offense or civil offense to record somebody without their permission. That is 2 years minimum. He's like, you would have won the DUI, but they would have used your evidence against you, and you would have been spending 2 years in a German facility, which you don't want. I said, fuck. All right, cool. But long story short, how I feel like I came out a better person on that. When I got the DUI, I couldn't drive my car. Where I fell in love again with the gym, I had 2 gyms in my walking distance. I didn't need a car. I'm good fuck. Yeah. Commissary up here. I called my boy, hey bro, you can drive my car. I just need to get here, and there when I call you. Cool, so that's what it was. I told my homeboy, hey, drive my car. I still got to pay for this bitch, but at the same time, I can't drive it. Somebody might as well use this motherfucker. Just help me get to my shit done, right? And I fell in love with Jim again. And when it came back to the company that, hey, somebody got a DUI, da-da-da-da, I didn't run from it. Everybody know me, and they respected me, and they was like, look, it's Germany. We having fun. We're doing it responsible, but shit, players fuck up too. So at the same time, we do. So at the same time I took it, I was like, look, I stepped out in front of the company. They was like, we're not going to tell you the names or whatever. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to own up to my shit. I fucked up, but I did have a plan, and that plan just wasn't executed as it should. But I stepped up. I said, look, it was me. I do apologize for making this mistake, but this would not diminish my character. Everybody still respected my character. They know who I was as a person. I'll tell you the more fucked up thing. When I went and I had to go through like ASAP classes, because you're considered, and you got a drinking problem if you got DUI. You got to go through the proper steps and chain of command. I am behavioral health. I know these steps. I teach people how to stop smoking, stop drinking, get to sleep. All this stuff I do. That's what I do, and I do it well. So when I got afforded the opportunity to go to ASAP, it was either one-on-one or group session. I'm like, I teach groups for the ASAP. I teach this. It wouldn't be beneficial for me to go to the group. I said I'd rather do one-on-one with somebody outside the military that's going to try to tell me something different that I haven't been teaching in the military. So I did one-on-one sessions. Crazy part, where it gets crazier, one of the officers that I work with had to teach the group class, and she was like, hey, she had something going on, and she trusted me the most out of everybody in the unit. She's like, well, I can work out a deal with the person that you're seeing, your provider. If you teach the class, because I know you teach this class so well, if you teach this class for me, because I can't teach it, I'll knock off some of your, because you had to have like credits, whatever. Every time you go, you got a credit before you got completed. It's like, I'll knock off some of your credits, but if you teach this class for me, because I can't go, but I know you present this class so well, I'm like, of course. So I taught a class while actively being in the midst of my own shit, and I feel like there was kind of crazy how that happened, but it was me being selflessness, or having that selfless life. Even though I'm going through shit, I'm gonna still make sure my brothers and sisters get through this shit. If I got the knowledge, I'm gonna give it to you. So I taught the class, going through the same shit. Let me help you, but I still get help on the backside. Them not even knowing the situation, other than one guy that I'm like, bro, you did that. I'm like, bro, it could have been me with you then, but now I'm teaching this class, and like we came out better people in a sense, right? And I just look at that as shit happens in life, and when that happened, it just kind of dialed me back in. But if you look at some of my pictures during that time frame, I'm locked in the gym. It was 6-pack. Look, gym was my main gym was my fucking wife, and the side chick was the other gym. I would leave from one gym one in the morning session, go home, eat, go to my side bitch at the fucking end of the night. I couldn't go nowhere. I was locked in. So I'm like, look, this gym is fucking home. So when I tell people me and the gym have a lasting relationship, the gym got me through some tough times, and not just for the DUI.
I want to ask you one more question real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah.
As a black man,
Yeah.
from the South, what kind of issues did you deal with growing? Did you deal with any kind of like racism or anything like growing up?
Nah, I never dealt with any racial issues. To my understanding, again, I was go to school, go home. My homeboys, like again, Maxton was a small town. If you knew the, let's say, population 500, I may be exaggerating, but it's small. Population 500. Break that 500 down to people that you're in kindergarten with or preschool all the way up to high school when you got to go to a different town, or the people that you knew in your community. So you literally went from preschool, kindergarten, all the way up with the same people, just different class rotations. The few white people that was there, they knew that majority was black, so they wasn't saying no nigger, this and that, whatever. They wasn't showing any racism because we're all in the same little community. So it wasn't. I didn't feel none of that growing up. Some of my best friends were white guys or whatever, smart as hell, played sports, rapped, did whatever. I didn't feel like your character was judged differently because of the color of your skin. Yeah, we know you white. Yeah, we gonna talk shit, but that's just what it is. But yeah, you still that guy.
Yeah,
you're my nigga, even though you're not a nigga in a sense. So yeah, I didn't feel none of the racism until like maybe the Army, where you start seeing the world in a different view. Because when I went to basic training, it was like I was with a white guy. I was like, yo, this is my first time actually being in a group with a lot of black people or around a black person, and that was eye opening. I'm like, bro, man, how old are you? It's fucking 2000, whatever. That's just a different lifestyle he was brought up in. And not to say he was racist, but he just wasn't in tune with the black culture because where he's from didn't have black people. So whatever religious and traditions and culture that he grew up around, whether it was Confederate or whatever, that was him. And at the end of the day, going through basic training, I still have him as a battle buddy per se, or someone I can talk to and not have any racism or different judgment just because he came from a different background. So
okay. Well, look, man, I appreciate you stopping by, sharing your short story.
Yeah.
Man, listen, guys, this is like my brother. This dude's story is kind of crazy.
It's going to be like round two some point in time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into, is that if y'all want to see him come back and share his full story, his full life story, his journey from young little Joseph to the man he is now.
To Big Daddy Joe. That's what Siri called me.
If you want to see that, leave it in the comments. Like this video, subscribe and share it. And like I said, man, I appreciate you coming out and sharing your short story with us. And we're definitely going to have you back. But to make that happen, I need y'all to go ahead and like this video. Let's get this likes up on this video. It's free. And y'all have a blessed day.
I will say one thing before I leave. I do coin the quote, Cat Daddy. When I say Cat Daddy, being from the South, I'm like, oh, my uncle used to call me Cat Daddy all the time. I never thought it would have transitioned to me actually being a cat daddy. So I don't have any children, but I do have a fur baby. Her name is Nola. So I am officially a cat daddy. So don't come at me for
Ironic. He's a cat daddy and he's a godfather. We'll get to that later though.
Yeah.
But man, y'all have a blessed day, and I appreciate y'all tuning in, man.